So I'm going to show you some of the things you can do with C Electrical. With the basic version, of course, you can draw symbols, and you can insert three-phase wires, and you can insert single wires. With single wires, even in the basic version, you can double click to assign a reference and link between pages. So putting a 0 volt in here allows me to go then to page 4, and I can see that's come in. So we can also place in relay contacts. Here we've got a normally open contact. We're placing down on page 1. We can find out where to link it to by clicking on the DB icon. And we can link it in this case to a safety relay. And we can assign connection points. So this is all in the basic version. And if I go through to, in this case, page 4, column 3. Just look for that one, page 4, column 3. And I should see if I zoom out and zoom in. That's my safety relay, and I can see the list of contacts underneath. Once you've created your project, you can take the commonly used sections of project and create a new folder in your symbols database, and you can select those commonly used sections and simply drop them onto the folder to reuse them or to make them available as a macro to reuse in future projects. Wire numbers can be manually assigned in C Electrical Basic by double clicking on the wire. The wire properties appear where the wire number can be entered. If a duplicate is entered, then you are warned of this. If you've got wires and you assign them and they then continue through references or through potentials, you will find those wire numbers continue through and are shown on those other pages. PLC input and output channel symbols can be documented throughout the project. Here I'm copying an output symbol. I'm changing the address to Q4 in this case, and I'll change the actual description to say that this is disabled. If I click on OK, the information is there, and back on page 6 I have a reference symbol which shows all of the I/O points. Once the project is finished, I can go into the graphical lists, extend that, and right click and generate reports for, in this case, the product list, showing a list of the components and where they are in the project, a terminal list, so I can see what's on each terminal strip with target information and part numbers if I've assigned them, and I can generate a core cable list, so it shows all the multi-core cables with the cores and the from and to information. And once I've got my generated documents, I can create an overview, an index or document list which shows what pages I've got in this project. You can still design the panel layout in C Electrical Basic using the drawing tools, scaling a page, and using dimensioning information. However, the components displayed in the panel layout in Basic will not be directly linked to the schematic, so a change to any of the symbols in the schematic would have to be manually updated on the panel design. So what extra functionality does the standard version give you? Well, you can structure your project into folders and subfolders. The equals and plus notation can also be used to imply function and location within the project. The display of wire directions can also be turned on in C Electrical standard level. Automatic wire numbering is a huge time saving. Here I can assign wire numbers for the whole project, clicking on OK, and I can see the wire numbers are assigned, some coming from the potential names that are already in the project, others numbered across a component and down the page. C Electrical Standard also allows us to set the circuit diagram properties for the wires to allow us to use up to 5 different signal types. Each signal type can have a different color and line type associated with it. Here I'm going to go back to the project now and assign the 0 volt signal type to the top wire, and to these bottom 4 ones I'm then going to assign the signal type of control. And you can see the color change there, and as we go through the project, if we page forwards, you'll see how those signals are then perpetuated through the project. A major addition to C Electrical Standard is the parts database information. In the components panel, I'm going to search for a part number and place one of the symbols that it's configured to use. Here I'm placing the relay coil for K16. Using functions and complete, we can pick up any of the available contacts from any page within the project. In this case, the contacts are on the wrong page. I can click and drag, drop onto another tab, and we can see back on the original page the reference is updated. The addition of the parts database also means the cabinet module can be added. Using functions and pick list, this allows you to pick components that have been selected in the project and place them automatically onto the panel layout. Component names are displayed and synchronized with the circuit diagram. The standard level adds database editors. Here a terminal editor can be used to filter for a particular terminal strip, and all terminals can be changed, either the name of the terminal strip or part numbers assigned in one step. So all X1 terminals have now been renumbered to XM1. In the standard level we can use a graphical terminal matrix to represent the terminals in more detail. Here we can see terminal strip XM1 with all the jump ring and the connections from and to. PLC information is much easier to handle in the standard version, offering automatic numbering, enhanced referencing, a database editor, and also graphical reports to show the PLC I/O information. So what more could you possibly need? Well, the advanced version offers navigation between wires, between PLC master and slave symbols, and a go-to function between the circuit diagram and the cabinets. Quick and easy way to navigate around your project. But the advanced version is really about flexibility and automation. The Workspace Properties give you the flexibility to define which lists are visible and even add your own. Here we're adding a custom query for a motor list. Custom lists allow you to define and display the data from your projects in the way you want. Here we can add a custom name, a unique ID and an order for the report. Format the report and it's ready to go at the click of a button in any of your projects. See Electrical Advanced also allows you to customize the attributes associated with the project, pages, and even the components. Here we can change the workspace text and request additional information which is filled in and which can be displayed on all pages in the project. Here we're putting in client, consultant, and engineer. When we click OK, check the project information and we can see those attributes now displayed in there. In the UK and Ireland, the translation module is included with the advanced level. Clicking on functions and translate brings up the translation window. One or many languages can be displayed at once and it contains a huge database of different phrases. Here we can see the results straight away displayed on the page. The advanced level includes a function for changing the title block on every page in the circuit diagrams. Moving back through the project, we can see the updated title block on each sheet. Advanced level electrical tools allow us to configure the connection points of symbols to dictate the wire numbers or the signal names that will be assigned. Here, using the command, we can select a motor, and on the right we selected auto number and the connection point. Now when we run automatic numbering, click on OK, we can see that the wire numbers are assigned based on those connection points. 1U1, 2U1, and on the last one 3U1, 3V1 and 3W1. The orthogonal wiring tool allows me to quickly connect between adjacent connection points or wires within a page. See Electrical Advanced contains a huge list of additional reports. These can be graphical reports for cabling, for plugs and sockets. Here's one for the product assembly. This gives a wiring diagram bringing together all the connection points for symbols together with their wire numbers and where they're connected to. This also gives a functionality of go-to where you can pick up the symbol in the project. There are far too many basic, standard and advanced features to show here. However, hopefully this gives you a flavour of what the main differences are between the packages. So in summary, the basic level package is perfect for schematic design and basic text reporting. The standard level package adds parts databases, automatic wire numbering, data editors and graphical reports. And finally, the advanced level package adds navigation, environment customization, language translation, and unbridled control, functionality and automation.